Hi everyone, I'm Father Travis Crotty, parochial vicar at All Saints Parish in Lamars, Iowa, and the chaplain Galen Catholic. This Easter season, we've been walking through the Gospel of John. John's Gospel opens up in a beautiful way the theology of Jesus in the first century of the church. And this weekend, we encounter the 15th chapter, which we have seen, the vine and the branches, kind of imagery that the Gospel of John uses to describe Jesus and his relationship to us, the church. He says, I'm the vine and you are the branches. Remain in me as I remain in you. You'll bear much fruit. However, this Sunday, we get to a part in the 15th chapter of John that is pretty dear to my heart because it was the verse that I chose for my ordination holy card. So often priests will have a holy card made to be given out at their first Mass. I have a big box of mine still because my first Mass was June 7th. My first Mass, rather, sometimes people call it that. My first Mass was my ordination when I con-celebrated with my bishop. But then the first Mass that a priest celebrates following his ordination is often called a Mass of Thanksgiving, giving thanks to God for this incredible gift to the priesthood. For my ordination and my Mass of Thanksgiving, I had a holy card created, and the verse in the back says, because I have the card right here, this card in the back, you did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide. Of course, we all have to accept and acknowledge Jesus in our life, and we have to accept him and choose a relationship with him. But it's really powerful to realize that he has chosen us. He told this to his 12 apostles, who he had chosen himself. Yes, they made an assent of their will to choose him in return, but it's always God's initiative, and he chooses us. You know, I felt so moved by that because in my own vocation experience, I felt very much called by God. I felt called out of an experience where I would normally have experienced a call to the priesthood. I only went to Catholic high school until, I didn't go to Catholic high school. I went to Catholic grade school until it closed when I was in fifth grade. I didn't have the opportunity to go to Catholic high school. I didn't have a youth group to go to in my small parish. I just went to Mass on the weekends. My parents divorced and I didn't have the ideal experience of growing up, but the Lord still chose me and he's invited me to remain in him as he remains in me so that he can bear much fruit. And the fruit that I've seen him already start to bear in my priesthood has been incredible. But the other side of the card is a picture of a priest celebrating Mass in Korea. This is Father Emil Kapaun, or Kapaun, some people might say. Father Kapaun is something of a patron that I've chosen for my priesthood because Father Kapaun, whose cause is open for canonization, and who would have been made, taken to the next step in that cause of canonization right before the COVID pandemic. It's been put on hold so that meeting can be had another time. But Father Kapaun went to my college seminary, Conception Seminary College in Northwest Missouri, and Kenrick Seminary of Theology in St. Louis. So Northwest Missouri, and then in Southeast Missouri or so, in St. Louis at Kenrick. Father Kapaun was a martyr in Korea. He was a chaplain in the Korean War after he'd already been a chaplain in World War II. He's from Paulson, Kansas, a little small town. But I think what's beautiful is that Jesus chose Father Kapaun to the same life of laying down his life with Jesus. He's chosen me for that life, but I just want to say something that he's chosen each of us for that. Jesus has chosen each of us for a life of service, a life of love in discipleship with him. You know, with like Father Kapaun, we have a great lack of this kind of masculine zeal that's present in the church right now. It's funny, we have priests who are men, and we don't see very many men taking that step into discipleship. But realize that all of us through our baptism have been chosen. So hear this in a fresh way. If you're watching this and feeling convicted of your own call, or really needing to intercede and pray for those who haven't really heard Jesus' call in their life, but you did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, that your fruit should abide. Jesus is calling some men to be priests, but he's calling all men to be fathers of their families. He's calling all of us, men and women alike, but I think in a particular way through the intercession of Father Emil Kapaun, calling men to a radical life of service and discipleship. Let's take this call from Jesus to be chosen by him and to bear much fruit seriously. And let's ask through the intercession of Father Emil Kapaun this week that we can respond to Jesus' choice with an affirmative yes and follow him unreservedly. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.